Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, I have kicked out the guy who records at 3 in the morning. I'm the guy recording at 8 p.m. How you doing? How's it going? Good to see ya. I'm doing fine today. Haven't done a whole lot. Cooked some dinner not too long ago. Ate the dinner, and now we're here. Didn't do much of note today. Got my first win in Super Auto Pets, actually. That was pretty fun. I've been playing that one when it's been my start of the day game, basically, where it's like, yeah, I just woke up, I'm still having my coffee. I don't feel like doing anything too thought-provoking. I've been playing that game. It's pretty fun. I I gave into the hype on that one, and it was worth it. I don't know if I'm gonna do any content on it. It's kind of nice for me to have a game that I don't play for content, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, not a whole lot though today. Nothing to tell you. I feel like I got all my announcements out in yesterday's video that I have to think of. Just thinking. No, I don't think so. I think I've got you all caught up. I guess Ace Attorney should be resuming pretty soon. Because the VODs are expiring, and so if I don't cut them up soon, they're gonna be lost forever. And that has been how every single other series has gone, where I go, yeah, I'm gonna finish cutting these VODs up, and then I just lose motivation and don't finish it. But I maybe will be different on this one, but it's hard to say. I am uncertain. You feel me? Yeah. One more thing, I guess. I've had an idea for a while to do some sort of so I've been playing a lot of Teamfight Tactics. You know that. I'm sure you're aware. Usually when I see Teamfight Tactic content on YouTube, it's like just full games ripped from someone's stream, right? And I feel like one of the things that I've been able to do different is, in essence, this series. It's not even that different. It's like a return to what was once good, right? Just doing content that's separate from the stream. And I'm not even streaming that game. But basically, I've been thinking about trying to do some, like, this sort of dedicated recorded TFT content. I'd probably just cut out all the downtime, but I don't know. Keep an eye out for that as well. I know a few people have been interested in it, so I've been thinking about trying something like that as well. Other than that, let me ask you a question, and let's start the video, shall we? What do I want to ask you today? Great question. Thanks for asking. I've been thinking about it, and I'm trying to remember if I've asked this one before. I'm just gonna ask it, and then you can tell me. And if it's a repeat question, you can get my ass in the comments section. You can go, oh well, actually you asked this in episode 30 of Monster Train: The Last Divinity, and I'll go, yeah, that was 6 months ago. Oh, but anyway, I want to know: is there a game that you've ever played that made you too angry to finish, and if so, why? There's one game that I had this happen to me on, and I feel like it has faded into obscurity, but I'm here to dredge it out of the deep dark depths of obscurity. Is The Division, or not The Division, sorry, The Bureau, sorry, the blank. It's The Bureau, the XCOM third-person shooter game. It's called like XCOM Declassified. That game was so bad, man. I really wanted to like it too, because I got it when I was in the middle of my big XCOM kick, and also I had never played a third-person squad-based shooter like that before. The game was so bad. It's the only, because I got stuck in this section where I had to go through a hallway, and there were enemies at the end of the hallway, and my teammates, we just kept, like, my AI companions just kept running into the hallway and getting mowed down, and if they died, it was a loss of the mission. So I was just like, this game sucks, I quit. And as a result of that game being so bad, I went and I sat down and played Mass Effect 1 and 2 in a single weekend and went, wow, that was a lot better. That's my game I never finished because I got too mad. What's yours? Give me the intel. And also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's begin. We're Exile Wurmkin Exile melting today. Very exciting. I think that Echo Wright's my favorite character right now. He's very fun. We got Double-Barreled Daedalus. Failure Arcus. Oh, it's Diligent Seraph. Ugh. Had to process this one for a second before my brain really locked it in. I've been getting worse at identifying the Seraphs because they're all the same to me these days. We got Proclamation, Dripfall, Soul Cripple. So I gotta give Seraph the Diligent some amount of respect, but probably not that much. You wanna just slam Wax or Snuffer here? I do. Blood Anvil doesn't do anything too crazy, and maybe we see Bounty Stalker and then one turn kill the Divinity. You can look at the title of the episode and find out if that happens. Marshallord is actually kind of fun with Exile melting, because we can have him die and then reform him and then get another egg. How is that? I'm really bored. I don't like playing Shellsmith because it's boring. It's too safe. I've been playing a lot of Marshallord, but let's play it again. I don't know if 2 Bogworms would be good enough, but we can find out. And we have Marshallord, so we're strong enough to click the boons here. We should think about that a little bit, at least. And we'll click the trial as well. It's 10 armor, but we have Echo Break, so as long as I pay attention, it should be fine. Oh, we also have Soul Cripple. So you go... I may as well play the Train Steward up here as well. Yeah. And I also may as well Soul Cripple the 5-1. It would have been better to draw Soul Cripple on this turn. However, as I always forget, it doesn't matter on 10-pack shards. Nothing gets infused, apparently. I feel like by now I should know that like 100%, but I don't. Maybe one day. The Proclamation... I can do double... So, this Foot Soldier is not a fear, right? This guy's not going to do anything to me. What I should do is I should focus on trying to hatch this egg. I'll take a little damage, potentially. But maybe not with the Echo Break draws. It's 1, 2, 3. No, I do take damage. It's fine. What are you at? You're at 30? So 6 doesn't help me. It doesn't make a difference then. Just go like 1, 2, 3, and you pretend like we got the kill, but we don't, and we take 9. It's fine. I think that they're... Oh, I should just Proclamation that enemy in the middle. I was focusing too much on hatching this fly, which I didn't need to. I could have saved damage there if I just Proclamation the enemy on the middle floor. Oh well. It's too late to fix it now. Instant turn. It's like, Marshallord probably doesn't lose 2 chains, so I don't think I needed to be so cautious. I could have saved myself probably all 9 of that damage if I had thought about it a little bit, but it's okay. You want to click on Echo Snare here. It's purple and consume, and I see myself going down a line where I want to just have consume card density. I don't think I can play a stealth option here because Fog Chrysalis overloads the floor, right? So Molten Encasement doesn't do it. However, Wax or Snuffer and Doomed Explosive, pretty good. Oh, what's he doing here? Who invited this goon? I don't think, look, I'm like, in my mind, I'm trying to talk myself into clicking on Glug Cider here. It's awful. It's really, really bad. You don't need me to tell you Glug Cider is not good. But it's fun. Is it fun? I don't know. It's just going to be a unit I can't play. You know what Glug Cider does? He sits in my deck. And then sometimes I play him on the second time around. And I'm not going to do it. The thing that you could do with Glug Cider here is take him and infuse him on this explosive, which would be extremely odd. I'm gonna click on the good card, which is Keeper of Echoes, and not one of the bad cards. I'm sorry, but what can I say? It is what it is. I could get 2 Keepers with Dripfall, right? You could play mid-floor, you could play Keeper, Echo Right, second Keeper, Dripfall as a potential line. Okay. That's alright. Quick 25-10. Lady Paraffin Enforcer? Lady of the House, that is. This is not Lady of the Reformed Carry number 3. Not yet, anyway. I'm not gonna play Paraffin Enforcer here. Yeah. He's not that good. I think I do want to take a plus 25 for Keeper. 20 HP makes me feel a little... Actually, maybe you give him a plus 10, actually. Wouldn't that be an interesting idea? You give him a plus 10. What unit do you ever want this on? Maybe only Keeper of Echoes, but 5 base attack is really bad. Plus 10 makes him a little better in the early game. You know what I really want on him? I want Battlestone. Yeah, Battlestone multi-strike. It's a nice middle ground. Because I feel like his base attack is just so low. 5 is so rough, especially in this early game when I'm not doing exactly what I want to be doing right now. Intrinsic. So here's an idea, right? Here's an idea, and we can consider if it's good or not. You intrinsic Dripfall and then freeze it, and we play middle floor, Echo Right with Marsh Lord, Keeper behind. First Keeper goes down first, and then Echo Right, second Keeper gets played on top floor, you Dripfall him down. That's a line. It has some problems. The main problem is the classic Keeper of Echoes issue. He's too big in cost. He's too expensive. Even at 4 energy, I wouldn't be able to play that if I draw them both on turn 1, right? Because if I draw Keeper, Dripfall turn 1, I guess it would be fine because the Dripfall's permafrozen though. Yeah, let's do it. I'll do it. It'll be fine. This is a long-term play, so this is 10 pack shards that don't do anything for us now, but I'm locking in the intrinsic because we're reasonably strong. I took that Battlestone to be better off. Spikes 3 will probably do a lot of damage to me, but I have Waxer Snuffer, so I'm okay with it. Why is the Waxer Snuffer good? If I draw this explosive within the first 3 turns, we're chilling. Is all there is to it there. This guy does nothing to me. And we have the Dripfall to stop the turn 1. Yeah. So we got the Entombed Explosive. He's just gonna kill everything. He ruins this fight. Because we have Primitive Mold, right? He's not endless, but he ruins this fight anyway. I have Primitive Mold, we come up here, we mold. And then, boom. He just kills another one. I think I should start working on hatching here, though. Yeah. So the idea of this run has shifted pretty swiftly. I don't mind, it's fine. Every idea has its merit. Use that there. It's fun to throw out some wacky ideas and then come back to what is going to be a more realistic idea, right? Reforming Echo Right, it sounds cool, but I really, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really have high hopes for that idea. If I'm gonna be 100% real with you, I didn't really feel like the Reform Echo Right line was gonna come to fruition, but it was fun to think about. I want to click consume card still, and these are all consume cards. I think Shelter is the best one because it's purple, and I mean Bounding Echoes is technically purple, but I think Shelter has a better effect. Purple Wicklash doesn't do much. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If I don't click on this draft, there's like a 1000% chance there's a Bounty Stalker on this run. It's just an unspoken law. If I don't click this draft, I am going to see Bounty Stalker. The draft is bad, but well, it's fine, right? Draft is never really that bad, but I'm ready for the consequences of skipping that draft to hit me. I don't need anything at the steel shop. I guess if I click that draft, I would probably also go to the Remnant banner, talk myself into going to the steel shop, just to kind of force it to happen, and that's not right. Because we should do a duplicate here, and then an infusion now, because it's a while until I can duplicate, or until I can infuse. I guess actually, maybe it's fine to just run around with 2 of this clown. Maybe it's just okay to run around with 2. I'm gonna duplicate him for sure. Actually, I guess I could have checked the Wurmkin banner. Yeah, he could have been here, and he is here, Keeper of Echoes, but as I thought about it, I'd rather just have 2 of him. Right, I don't want to do the infusion right now. And what else would I duplicate? Maybe the explosive, but maybe the Shelter. Not that good. One other idea here you can consider is throwing First of Kin on the Keeper, which is actually pretty good as well. We have a lot of consumes. 1, 2, it doesn't mess with anything because he's not that... we don't have that many consumes. like 20 attack or something. Ooh, consumable cards. Does Space Prism do anything? No. This is hollow drippings. What else could this be? This could be prismatic dust. Prismal dust? Prismal dust. Or it could be packed morsels. Yeah, I'll click this. It's packed morsels. Annoying, but fine. Like, it's still a consume spell, and maybe I don't need consume spells actually anymore. I guess it's okay. It helps hatch the egg regardless. Probably I shouldn't take that. When I think about it a little more, probably should skip that. And honestly, I should just go for Wildwood Sap because that card's always at least playable. 2 barrels. That's not very nice, Data. Let's get that bomb out of here. He's double bombing me. But that's okay, because second bomb can't hurt me. I mean, it can, but... Interesting question for you here. Go to 2? No, you gotta do the net neutral play. I can't have that bomb double hit my egg here, it'll die. It's just too horrific. Oh, this is a ping. And we're gonna play the shelter. I don't have a reason to hold the consumes right now, right? In my mind, I get messed up a lot by the shifting Echo Right value. Hey, look at this explosive, by the way. Makes this so much less difficult, or so much less scary. In my mind, I get messed up by the shifting values on Echo Right. Playing this consume is just a net positive here. Actually, no, it doesn't make a big difference. But like, there's no reason for me to skip the consume, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Before, you would want to, or later, I would want to be more conservative with my usage of the consumes because we want them to give stats to the Bog Chrysalis. I really feel like Bog Chrysalis would become, it's already very strong. I'm pretty sure it would become the strongest, not the strongest, but one of the strongest units in the game if they... These morsels mess up my Waxer Snuffer. But I think that the Bog Chrysalis, or isn't it called Bog Deep Cocoon? It is called Bog Deep Cocoon. Bog Chrysalis is the fly one. I feel like, either way, you would have a much, much stronger card than it is right now if you made it so that the egg itself also had the edge +10/+10. It'd be a lot easier to play, but that's fine with me. Dude, that's 62? 92? Sure. Yeah, it'd be easier because your egg would be able to just sit there, right? You wouldn't need to give it any upgrades to survive because you would have +10/+10 on every edge. It'd be a much easier thing to pilot as well, because you wouldn't have to think about conserving consumes on Marshward. I'm not playing Hollowed Halls. We played Hollowed Halls on this unit, on Keeper of Echoes, and it was winnable, but like, I don't want to do that shit. Remnant Pact is a purple consume card, but Unearthed Remains is also a purple consume card. Remnant Pact doesn't do anything. Unearthed Remains also doesn't really do anything, though? Right? Like, the +1 Echo slot is not that useful. I think you pick Remnant Pact over Unearthed Remains here. Because this is just this card, but for 1 less. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. Maybe the Endless does something, I don't know. Play Wickless Baron. A lot of harvests, actually, but I'm okay. Wickless Baron, more like skip this Baron. Anyway, I feel like I need to go draw energy on this run. What I was thinking about is the space, but so what you can do with the space is you can do Keeper, then Echo Right on the top 4, but it's not gonna really work that well because I'd have to draw both Keepers on turn 1. Or I'd have to pick up Cheater's Hands so I could wait on Echo Right. both of these ideas aren't that likely, so let's just go for draw, and then we'll take energy afterwards. Because this is failure Arcus, yeah. Looking for a permafrost in here. If you could. Video game. Usually I'm not coming in here looking for permafrost, so I'm sure it'll be here. Holdover. Holdover kind of works. Not really, though. I don't want it for anything either, so... Like, if I could put a -1 on Dripfall, I feel like holdover would be fine. Well, maybe, you know, technically I feel like I often make this mistake. We should check the Horde first. Ardent Hall. Huh. It is actually pretty good, I feel like. Maybe it's not that good. Maybe it's really not that good, though. Because you have Martial Lord, which helps you hatch these eggs quickly. And they have higher health baseline, so they don't really need the extra armor. Encased Ember might be our best option, but I don't really... Encased Ember is too inconsistent on Entombed Explosive, right? Sometimes you're going to draw this card last, and we're going to end up having to take energy anyway. So maybe it's just Precious Plating, then. I don't see myself getting great value out of this card, though. Maybe I am best off picking Hardened Hall. Okay. I'll do it. Yeah, you should check if there's a guild marker in there before you buy anything. A mistake I often make. Make shelter cost 1 less. Throwing a +10 at Echo Break isn't bad. I'm not going to do the holdover idea, it's too expensive. Although, is it too expensive? I'd have to Dripfall. So you could do holdover intrinsic Dripfall. You play Echo Right Keeper on the middle floor, and then you Dripfall something, and that's your turn 1. Then on turn 2 you play Keeper, Dripfall. Maybe it's fine, actually. You know what, let's do it. Let's do holdover and Dripfall. It becomes a way to daze the Divinity every turn and start splitting up enemy waves, which is kind of neat as well. So, sure. It works right now. I'm gonna pay 60 for a removal while we're here. And we'll go Martial Lord too. I don't know if this is right or not, but we'll see. We'll go we'll have to go Arcus without the second keeper, but it's probably alright. It's also possible that the best idea here is to keep the Bogfly Chrysalis, Bog Chrysalis. It might be best to keep that because you get 2 units to get the boons of Keeper instead of 1. It's a possibility. One of the downsides of doing this idea, though, is I do have to give 2 turns where I don't make any infusions or any sort of, like... And that goes away once we get the extra energy, right? But right now, we give up 2 turns, more or less, before we actually start doing stuff. I need to do a shelter first, I think, so I have the the echoes on the floor to kill the second one. And I gave up Dripfall for that. This is like the exact problem I had with doing holdover Dripfall, though, is it's just way too expensive. I have other things I need to be spending my energy on, it feels like. My ember, if you will. Brings back the tomb. This tomb is gonna be MVP for a lot of this, it looks like. And tomb just saved us, like, a lot of health. Tomb just saved us a very large amount of health. I went to calculate it, but I realized it's too much for me to figure out. And by that I mean I wasn't paying close attention, but it was probably like, what, 10, 19... I mean, it saved me a lot. We're gonna want to be on the lookout for... What's it called? The +1 spell slot relic. Not Firestone Housing, but the other one. Lightstone Casing. Yeah, because then I can put a -1 on the Dripfall and everything's fine. I guess the thing is I didn't consider this position, and it's my own fault. I should have considered the possibility that I go holdover on the Dripfall, but I did not. If I had thought about that, I would have probably taken the energy first, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But here we are. 38 times 3 on the Keepers. It's still a lot of stats on the whole floor overall, though. Return Soul is very good. Great purple card to see. Yeah, so there is a really, really strong line on this run as well with Waxer Snuffer. You could have Wickless Baron, Remnant Host, and Stealth Tomb, Molten Encasement. And that is just ridiculous. That's a very, very silly looking run. Sadly, I didn't go for it. Because, you know, Martial Lord, baby. I'm gonna go left. I don't need anything from the steel shop still, so we're gonna go left. Artifact says Memorial Fund. Doesn't give up a lot of money, but it's some. A -1. Maybe look at the caverns in case it's an artifact. Hey, look at that. Oh my god, it's Lightstone casing. Whoa. That's crazy. For one, this is like, I've played this game for around 1,500 hours, I'm pretty sure. This is the first time that I can remember where I stopped myself from doing something and said, well, maybe there's a very small chance. There's a very small chance that Caverns has exactly this specific relic. Wow, that's crazy. Good job, me. I did it. I didn't just brainlessly put the -1 on something. Nice. Because what I was about to do was take a -1, reroll, take another -1. But Caverns. Wow. Hell yeah. Alright. So everything got a little easier now. I think actually +20 consume is good here. Double stacking Shelter isn't the worst idea, but it doesn't actually do that much for me. I'm gonna leave like this. Arc of Invasion is fine. Sycophants of Seraph is kind of gross for us. Actually, no, it is fine. I just take 8 damage for the 150 gold. That's all. Oh yeah, and then this happens. Well, it's good to have dreams, Keeper. Keep almost messing it up. I'll get back around to this Keeper of Echoes. Welcome back to another episode of God, this unit's so expensive. Why? Why is he so expensive? You can basically lock one of these enemies in stasis. We also want to speed hatch the Kinhost vessel so that it has multiple hits for this wave that's coming up. And we get the explosive. Lots of really good draws here, which are making our bad position not so bad. In the last 2 combats, I feel like we've had a few draws, specifically this explosive, on the right turns, which have saved us from near doom. He'll come back to me, I'm sure. Could actually split this enemy off. As long as I hold the Dripfall over, though, he's fine. Hold over Dripfall does let me pick a single enemy and permanently stop them. It's like hold over and snare in that way. I can pick this guy and say, no, you don't get to leave, and bring him back down. No, I can't play explosive, kill it, and then replay explosive, sadly. Good enough, though. My egg is running out of health because I only have +1/+1 on my Echo plays. Sadly, Shelter doesn't do anything here. You might be thinking, oh, or not Shelter, sorry. Sadly, Remnant Pact doesn't do anything on the Pupa. Might be thinking I should do a Remnant Pact idea, but he's cardless, so he won't come back to me. Unfortunately. I'm gonna go through and just kind of play out some spells, get a big chunk of armor here. Let me drip all these enemies off the floor. Let me get a nice little 14. Thankfully, Self-Made Harpy isn't that bad here, but I don't have any damage. I made the Keeper endless, though, to sort of help out. Triple boss, I suppose. No reason to play Echo Break. How we doing here? Not great, but I made this keeper endless, which I believe means I should replay top 4 to try and recover. The thing that's really awkward here is that the sycophant dies to the kinhost pupa effect. Oh wait, I can do return soul on the primitive mold and buy myself 2 rounds. Yeah, never mind, it's free. Never mind, fight's no problem. Daze the boss twice, no issue. And we're gonna take energy so that the position we just had occur will not happen. But one of the other things about the holdover idea, by the way, that I just realized is that if I draw both of them on turn 1 with holdover and 4 energy, we can't do what we just did, except for the fact that I got the Lightstone casing, right? But the holdover was just generally a wrong idea here, because I can't afford everything without double energy. Revenge of the Darned? It's okay. Use it to kill Echo, right? I think. No, Echo right has 20. That's right, this unit gets actual health. Eat your heart out, Tethys. Fatal Melting is a good card. It's not Ancient Resonance, but it's close. It's purple as well, yeah. Just gotta throw some -1s at it. Although there is no magic shop on this ring. So I guess I'll take the trinket shop path. I don't need anything from the steel shop, so here we are. Drop Cage is pretty cool. 3 days on Dripfall, it just, yeah, really cool. Good card. I'll reroll. Tombs get 30 HP and burnout 1. Where is these? Here? I think this relic only makes sense if you have Endless Tomb and no burnout 1 already. I was thinking about clicking chest plates there, but I don't know. I don't think so on that one. Don't really like the spike here. If I had Bog Slime, this run would be really strong, and I would just click every consume. But I don't have Bog Slime, and I'm not gonna call it for it. If I don't take the pact now, I have to fight combat 7 with 2 uninfused. Keeper of Echoes is? I actually kind of feel like I might want to wait and take the pact at Seraph. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and then I get to go Magic Shop as well. Because you do the infusion and duplicate right away. You could also maybe play 3 though. I could play 3. Yeah, I'm gonna play 3. Never mind. I'm gonna play 3. Is this right? Probably not, but I want to play a 3rd one. It also means that I have an even 100 pack shards without having to take anything else. So I have to play it pretty smart on Arcus, and then we'll be chillin' for the rest of the run. That's the feeling. Okay. It's probably fine. Probably fine. We have the... Oh yeah, wait. Arcus is free because we have this holdover Dripfall. Except for the... You go Primitive Mold Shelter here. I'm just gonna Super Daze Arcus, basically. I had to incant one of my spells there, sadly. But, what can you do? Daze this fool again. And set the egg to hatch. If he has 1,000 trillion days, then there's nothing to worry about. That's a precise number. I can also lock an enemy down if I want, which we'll see. Oh, the egg counts as dying for Fatal Melting. Of course it does. I think I talked about it being a harvest trigger, so that really shouldn't be something that I'm pointing out here. But, you know, I don't think about it for that card all that often. What's that card called? Is it Fatal Melting? Yeah, I think I talked about it for Harvest though, and it also counts for Fatal Melting. That's what I'm trying to say here. Sometimes the words, they don't come out right. I think we're just dazing this fool. I was thinking the drop cage might have been not a worthy take, but it's immediately proving to be a worthy take. I'm not doing math here also, you can't make me. 180, alright, I'm gonna do math. 80 plus, what is this? This is 50, so it's 130 plus, let's say it's 58, so it's 188 here. Okay, so if I play this Echo Break, this enemy lives. Good thing I did the math. Yeah, this Pack Morsels was a bad take. I shouldn't have taken it. That's not my bad. I thought I was going a different way here, and as it turns out, I'm not. But I thought I might be going down a slightly different idea. I thought I was going for the Bog Worm line, but alas. Also, this one Entombed Explosive has just been holding the enemies off for me pretty heavily. Move. Alright, buddy. You tell him. I guess. Pop off, or whatever. Yeah, I just consumed my Drift Ball, by the way. It's okay. Like, it's not a game-ending mistake. My man's at 19 days, but still. I gotta pay closer attention to the drop pile. Fuck you, Arcus. I don't like that disrespect. Too bad the Echo Break costs too much. I might be able to get her anyway. I'm trying not to take 30 here on my frontliner. And I won't. Great news, everyone. I should play this. Do not play this explosive in front of the 17 days man. Don't play it here either, actually, because it's gonna eat the days. Do not, and I repeat, do not do it. I know I've been kind of spacey in this episode, but I'm not that far gone. It's an evening recording too, so I should be in a good mindset, but, you know, call drop cage. So Wax and Spike is a really good card to click here if I want to lose the run. Sacrificial Resurrection is the fun etch synergy, but I didn't pick an etch line here, sadly. I mean, I guess it is still, like, we have the Cocoon, we have the Worm. So we could, you know, let's take Sacrificial Resurrection. It's fun. It's cool. Consume a bunch of cards, supercharge the Worm. Let's do it. I'm taking energy here, and we're gonna go duplicate this Keeper of Echoes as many times as I can, which is 2. Does it seem weird to say as many times as I can when that is a known number? I feel like there's an implication behind saying as many times as I can that you don't know how many times you'll get. I'm throwing the Pack Morsels. Actually, it's a consume spell. Throw the Proclamation out for now. I'll probably come back to the Pack Morsels next removal. Also have gone Repeater, but I'm all in. I want to see Big Worm. I won't be stopped. Spell Shield. Big Worm should be fine to handle the Spell Shield. I think my numbers are good enough to click it, but I might be wrong. One of these days I'm going to play that in the wrong order. This goes down here, and I need to focus on hatching this big thing. It's what? This will get him pretty close, actually. Gets him to 4. So he'll hatch on the next turn, almost certainly. There you go, Keeper. Or fall him onto the floor. I guess he doesn't actually help. It appears I might actually take a very large amount of damage here. Hold on. You do the Soul Cripple so that this worm hatches, and then you take a little less. I can also Drip Fall this unit back. The problem with the Pack Morsels, though, is I get these 3 morsels I can't do anything with. That's your big issue. Maybe I can consume them later, but I think they end up in the Reform pile anyway. I don't know how that works exactly. Bring this guy back down. So we're gonna go ahead and play Return Soul onto an Echo Break. I don't think I keep the... maybe I... What does that give me? It gives me Gives me some stats, but this gives me more. I think we do like... You do a little 50-50. I play one primitive mold and then I consume the next 2 cards. And that's probably fine. My worm up front is having a bit of a hard time up here, but he's gonna be alright. Entombed Explosive is here to clean up my messes, as he has been doing this entire run. Thanks, buddy. What's in here? Oh, the draft is in here, right. I put this guy in rotation. Good drip follow. I don't know what that does for me, but I could do it. I'm not gonna be able to, you can't really stop me, I can do it. Oh, he's dazed. I normally look at the dazed Q as like, oh, it's the thing on his head, but he's too big. And that one took me a second, okay. I'm with you now. With the memory of the enemies being dazed in mind, I'm gonna start dazing this guy up, actually. And I'm just gonna put him to a lot of days and let him go die in the fire room, I think. I can't endless the Bog Wurmling. I mean, I guess I can, but what does it do? I feel like the answer is not a whole lot. Try to save him, though. I can maybe get him out of there. I put the Endless on Echo right in case he dies. I guess I can replay him. That was a good turn, though. This deck feels like it's missing something overall, though, I gotta say. Well, could I dripfall this morsel in there somehow? I don't think so, but that'd be cool. Dripfall in a life steal morsel from packed morsels? I can dripfall in a damage shield morsel. Huh. I mean, it's fine, I guess. It's really weird, but it's fine. It does do something. Would I be better served dripfalling the boss? I don't want to answer that question right now. Okay? Okay. Glad we could come to an understanding. I'm not here to answer that question. 5, 14. If I had thought about it a little more, I could have picked both of these units off and then dazed the boss a lot. But it's fine. Excuse me. There we go. The button clicked, but it did not end my turn, strangely enough. I'm saving this boy. Go, Sacrificial Resurrection. Save our boy. Yeah, we did it. I cannot believe that my Bog Wurmling lived that fight. What a unit. My man really lived that fight. That's crazy. Ancient Resonance. Hey, I already have this card, though, in Fatal Melting, so I'm gonna click Return Soul. Again. I know, again. Devour of Death is pretty good when you use it as an infusion. It would do 30 AoE, but I'm not doing that. I'm also not doing Votivary here. Subsuming Blade is too expensive. And we're going left. Duplicating another Keeper. I think it would have been better to keep the Bogfly Cocoon. Bog Chrysalis. Why'd they have to name these things so similar, man? Why'd they do this to me? Bog Deep Cocoon and Bog Chrysalis. And they're both eggs? Who did this? Trader's Quill does a lot of damage, which is good. Light's Gift would be cool if I was playing on top 4, but sadly I'm not. So I'm not taking that. I can't remove too many cards though, because it is Diligent Seraph. I'll make Fatal Melting do 10 baseline. Remove Consume. I mean, I could put on Pack Morsel, so I don't want to play it, but it doesn't seem... It feels like I'm missing the mark in some way. I'll do the double stack Shelter idea. It's fine, and throwing another card Consume is cool as well. I'm gonna purge the Pack Morsel so I'm not tempted to play it, and I'm gonna purge the Proclamation. And we're gonna hit the road. I know I'm leaving with 240, but what else am I gonna remove here? I don't have any Train Stewards left, do I? Nah. So I'm not gonna remove any more cards, because it is Diligent Seraph, and I want to make sure I have enough Consumes to live. So, even though I have exactly enough, I won't be doing it. I guess I can take Jack Strips. It's better than sitting on 240 gold, I feel. I think we have a good matchup against Diligent Seraph. As long as I don't accidentally consume my Drip Fall on turn 1. Which I don't think I'll do. Actually, I think I want to play the Echo Break. Oh, we want to hatch this thing quickly. We daze the curses. These 15 ones don't get anywhere now, which is neat. You want to go play Keeper first. I have to play Echo Snare even though I miss a little value, sadly. Hatch the Cocoon. I think I'll save the Echo Break. These two die. I can always Drip Fall the big guy. Yeah, I could save the Consume Echo Break here. Actually, I'm going to use it down here to stop curses. That's what I'm going to do. Jack Strips. Am I right? So what am I right about? I don't know. But Jack Strips, am I right? You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and do an Echo Break here. I need to escort my good friend off the floor. I am taking a lot of damage now, sadly, but I have an option to fix it, which is to give the Drip Fall right now, but I'm gonna do this instead. It's fine. I took a little damage, and I'm okay with that. It's a trade I'm ready to make sure the fight goes off without a hitch, right? I have the health to spare. Oh, I get to just consume the self-mutilation, which is cool. What's in here? Primitive mold, return soul. I'll bring the return soul back, but not consume it. Oh, I have to consume it though because I have Sacrificial Resurrection in hand and I want to play that. So I'm just gonna end up burning a lot of my cards, but I guess that doesn't really matter, does it? Because, like, what do I need them for? If I burn my whole deck, I think that's a net positive, perhaps. Perhaps. I'm burning all the primitive molds out first, which is sad because of our boy, the Entombed Explosive, but I think it's what you want to do here. Dazing Curses is also good. And then we get 28 AoE armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That card applied over 100 armor. What, 140 armor? Seems good. Seems pretty good. Plus it also activated, like, god, that's so many stats. And it etched this. Wait, how much did I get for that single play of Shelter? The answer is way too much. It's too much value. Right, because you get 140 armor, plus you get 3/3 to the back 3 dude. No, you get 15/15 in stats, plus the 10/10 on the Bog Wormling. So that's 25/25 plus another 1, 2, 3. So that's like, wow, that was a lot of stats. It's like what? That's like 33, I think I came out to there. What's in here? Nothing I can play. I think I just play this for the Echo. It's actually hard to keep track of how much I'm getting every infused spell play here, right? It's a lot. The Keeper of Echoes, I always feel like they're not doing much because they never have a really high final number, right? Like, look at these guys. They're 62 times 2, but you got 3 of these guys down and they're walls. They're doing great. I'm gonna go ahead and drip fall the Seraph a bunch. Oh, why didn't I eat that? I didn't think of it. I'm busy doing stats. Thinking about how much stats I'm getting. How many stats I'm getting. Flawless victory. How many stats do I get when I play a purple card on this floor? Each of the keepers is infused with Keeper, so the whole floor gets 3/3. And then each of the keepers gets +1/+1, right? So the whole floor gets a total of 18/18 on stats every single purple card. Yeah, that's pretty good. This will pull a nice draw order out of the Divinity today. How you feeling today, Divinity? Don't like damage shield. Do like no double keeper draw though. Do like to see that. Is this fool? And we're gonna go ahead and just go break, break, return soul, break, and hash this thing turn 1. Because it's offered. Oh yeah, Jack Strips stripped all that damage shield for me. Thanks, Jack Strips. Very cool. Great job, buddy. Yeah, it feels right. It's a lot of total damage to the floor. 107, so what is this? It's 40. You're 110. Can I get to 110 here? I can't get to 110 here. If I could get to 110, I wipe this floor out, no problem. But, alas. I think you still play the purple and see where you end up. Yeah, about where I expected. It's a lot of damage coming out here, so I'm gonna need to... Like, I should have actually dazed the 25 times 2 here. Is the correct play on that turn. I didn't piece that together in time, though. Unfortunately. 36. I don't think I stopped this damage. I think I just let the 36 happen. Overall, I feel like if I fall... I'm falling a little behind down here, and I need to watch it because I'm going to have my Bog Wurmling die if I'm not careful. I'm going to go ahead and do a slightly less good, but still pretty good play. Yeah, you can see we're a little slow to start here. But now we're all undazed and everyone's all together. This is my problem with doing these big mid-floor plays, though, usually. They struggle a little bit. I think I need to remove the highest damage threat here, which is that enemy. I know what you're thinking, it would have died to the consume plays, and you're right, but I got other fish to fry. I want to get this guy just off the floor for now and deal with the bad wave, because this wave's a bit of a respite. It's only 14 damage, plus the 14 from the boss. So I can kind of just let this guy walk, and I'll deal with him later. I gotta stop myself from dying up here first. So, obviously Entombed Explosive helps with that. So what I'm feeling we want to do here, and I'm just going to start going through it. I'm going to go Ping for 1, Echo Break for 1, kills the spikes off. Explosive goes up here. Back down here for a quick Return Soul. Return Soul brings back Return Soul. Return Soul gets played to bring back probably Primitive Mold. And then you come up here, because obviously you may be thinking, hey, wait, idiot, you're dying. Yeah, play this, these two die, we take 5 to Pyre. And then I drip fall this Cliff Guardian back together. And we kind of try to suss it out here a little bit. It's a tough one, though. This is a very tough position to figure out. So if I do 100 to you, you're at 53, you hit me twice, which is 24 damage. Let's play, obviously we're playing Primitive Mold here. That's step 1. That's always going to happen. You're dead if I have a Primitive Mold. I do not have a Primitive Mold. I'm going to drip fall this guy, I think. What does this do? The big thing that this does, so I drip fall this guy, right? Bring him down. And then I think I soul cripple him. You burn out 1? You are burn out 1. Okay. So this goes here. Does 100. Soul cripple goes here. Kills all of this. And then I sacrifice. Draft goes here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Whenever the game gives me a moment of respite, I'm going to try and... oh my god, so never. I'm never going to be able to have a moment here. Alas. It's always terrible for the rest of the time. Oh, and the draft messes me up too here, right? Ah, no, it doesn't. Never punished. Good. That's all handled then. So... got a lot of problems here. I need to keep this worm alive. He's dying to the Shade Wings, which means if I drip the Shade Wings, it's out of the problem. I mean, is not out of the way, but then I play Sacrificial Resurrection, because it's what, 14, 14, and 45, and 14. So it's 14 times 3, which is 42. This is 87 damage. So if I play Sacrificial Resurrection, he's fine by 10. Need to not play this draft, though. And we have a bad wave coming up, but we've earned ourselves a little bit of time away from the problem. And we can go... I think I do need to go Drip Ball here on this multi-strike. And maybe Drip Ball the Dark Wings as well? Ugh, it's gross. Like, I'm just kicking the can down the road at this rate. But if I live long enough, I go into Relentless, and I have a lot of stats for Relentless right now. And that's something. Bring him back. Maybe I bring back the Drip Ball. I think I do bring back the Drip Ball. And Daze the Boss. Explosive goes here. This is a 15 times 4. Oh, God. It's 15? Oh, because there's a Harvest enemy here. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That is there. I think we'll make it to Relentless, and then it's going to be a question of do we have enough stats to win Relentless, right? My initial feeling is maybe no, but we have a bit of a play here. So we start drip falling the Divinity for sure, and we go Primitive Mold, Primitive Mold, Primitive Mold, doesn't really matter, you play all three. These guys are getting up there in stats. I think we have it when you play Fatal Melting, Return Soul, Bring Back Fatal Melting, replay Fatal Melting. That wipes the floor. Entombed Explosive goes down here. I think we sneak out of this. I think that we pull another great caper on the game Monster Train today. I think we pull another sneaky little caper on old Monster Train. And weasel our way, or should I say, worm our way? Worm our way. We sneak out of this one. Explosive comes down here and actually knocks one of these light harnessers away. Go ahead and Sacrificial Resurrection. The Sacrificial Resurrection actually ended up being extremely clutch. And these drafts are feeding into themselves at this point as just a permanent Echelute. And that right there is another easy win in the books for your boy. Without a moment of fear. Not a single moment of uncertainty on this run. Trying to see if I can save our boy here. I don't think he's coming back from this one though. Oh my god, he lived. Tell me, did you ever dare to think our boy here would live this fight? I never dared to believe it. I talk shit about these Keeper of Echoes not having impressive numbers, by the way, but 3 114s is pretty good. What a good run. I'm telling you, man. Echo Right, he just makes the most enjoyable runs. I had to really sit down and think that one through to make sure I didn't lose it. Every play mattered. Good job, Echo Right. But the consume idea ended up being important. I think everything played into it pretty well. The drop cage especially. I almost thought it wasn't going to be worth anything. Every now and then I'll think that about a pickup like drop cage, and I'll just be wrong. And I have to recognize that. Drop cage. With a holdover drip fall. Yeah. Pretty good. But I think this run would have been better if I had kept the bog flies. Like, in the perfect world for this run, you have Marshflord 1, Shellsmith 2, right? And then it's just a stomp because you are generating a very large amount of armor. InvestAdviceAngel. Take this advice to heart. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.